Hey guys, welcome back. In today's episode, we'll be constructing a N-JFET amplifier and we'll be understanding its low frequency response. This is the N-JFET and the low frequency response we will be analyzing with a AC input source while varying the frequency. And here are multiple resistors here as input. This is RG. You can understand by the subscript RS or the source CS, RD. And for filtering out the DC part, we have the input capacitor and the output capacitor. To measure the output voltage across an output load, we have a load resistance here. And to bias the circuit, we have a VDD that is connected to the drain to the RD. So this is the circuit roughly we are going to create today and analyze its response in LTspice. So without any further delay, let's construct the circuit. To construct the circuit, we go to the LTspice icon here at the top corner of the screen and I'll double click it. And here you can see that the interface is ready with the dashboard. The dashboard is empty, obviously. And to create a new file, we'll click on the new schematic icon. And here the new schematic icon launches a empty circuit dashboard. So first I'll go to File, then Save As. I will name the file as N-JFET amplifier low frequency response. So I'll click Save to save the file. And if you look here at the left top corner, the file name is getting displayed, which name we have already saved the file. Now we will proceed towards constructing the circuit. At the heart of the circuit, we have a N-JFET. To get the component, we will click on the component button here. And here we will pick up the N-JF. This is a generic symbol. We will click place here. And at the center, we will place it. Right click to vanish it. Now I will zoom out a bit, and according to the construction, there will be multiple resistors and obviously there will be capacitors. So let me place one by one. So here let me put the resistor which will be connected to the drain, and now I place the resistor that will be connected to the source. And here there is a resistor that will be connected to the gate. And here we will measure the output, so we need a load resistor. So I place 4 resistors here. And at the input we will need a resistor. So for rotation, I'll click Ctrl plus R from the keyboard so that it rotates. So I'll click here and place the input resistance. I'll right click to vanish it. Now it is time for the capacitors to be placed in the circuit. For that I hit C from the keyboard. So here at the output side, however, along with the source, we have a capacitor. So here I will place it. Now the 2 more capacitors will be placed, one at the input, one at the output, but we have to rotate them. For that I hit Ctrl plus R from the keyboard and it rotates. So this will be in series with the input resistance. So I click and place it. Be careful to put in the same line so that you can connect without any glitch. And here at the output, we'll also need a capacitor. These capacitors generally filter out the DC part. So I'll click here. I place the capacitor. Now I right click to vanish it. I'll click Save. And now it's the time to place the voltages. So for input voltage, I'll hit here and place one empty placeholder here. And here for the biasing, I'll also place a empty placeholder. I right click to vanish it. So this is the circuit. For varying, I hit W from the keyboard. I connect the first resistor here, and then resistance to capacitance, then capacitance to gate. Now this resistor connects with the gate, and we have to draw a ground line. For that I draw this line and I go up to this point and connect. Now let me connect the resistor here to the ground. and the capacitor to the ground. Finally, we connect the load resistance to the ground. And here I connect these 2 points. And to connect this capacitor, we click here, go up, click here, bend left and connect here. These 2 points we have to interconnect, and from this midpoint I draw a line or wire here up to this capacitor, and I connect this with the load resistor. Now let me go up, click here, I go up, go right, click this point, bend downwards and click here. I right click to vanish it. So the circuit placeholders are all placed and the wiring is done. I'll click again to save it. I have to place the ground here. I place it. Now I have to wire it to the ground line. For that I hit W from the keyboard and I connect it. And I right click to vanish it. Now it's the time to do the nomenclature according to their positions and the purpose. And we will do that. So this is VDD. This is RD, this is RS, this is DS, this is RL, that is load resistance, this is PL, that is load capacitance, and this is RI, and this is PI, and this is the input voltage, so I name it as Vin. I'll click OK. I click save. Now I have to put the paddings here. So for that I click on this net and I give name output. Port type I define output. I click OK and I place it here. I right click to vanish it. Again I click on the level net. Here I'll click and type input and select the type is input. I click OK and I click here to place it. I right click to vanish it. I will click save. Now every resistance capacitance have been named. It's time to select the values. For the N-JFET, I right click and pick new JFET. In the first entry, we can see there is 2N3819. So I'll pick it. I'll click save. Now it's a time to give the values. This voltage is 20 volt. I'll click OK. This load resistance is 2.2K. Here I write it 2.2K. Then I move for the RD. It is 4.7K. And I give the value 0.7K. For RS, this is 1K. And this is RG. And the value here is 1 meg. So I'll click OK. I'll click save the circuit. Here in the resistor, I will click 10K. I'll click OK. 0.01 micro. And I'll click OK. And here at this capacitor, I'll set the value 2 microfarad. Here for this capacitor, we set the value 0.5 microfarad. I'll click OK. Now I'll click save. The circuit is ready and we can see that all the placeholders have received their values except the input voltage, which will be configured shortly. And here the output side, the biasing voltage is okay. And all the resistances and capacitances receive their placeholder name as well as value. So I'll click save. Now I will go to this particular voltage. I right click it and I click on advanced. Here I click on sign. DC offset is 0. Amplitude I set as 1 millivolt. So I'll click OK. Sorry, it needs a correction. I'll go here and here, not here. I have to give the value here none. Small signal AC because I have to vary the frequency. I cannot choose this. I have to give the AC amplitude. The DC value will be 0 and the AC value amplitude will be 1 millivolt. I'll click OK. I'll click save. Now the variation of the AC frequency will be through the AC analysis. For that, I'll have to write the spice command dot AC. I'll click OK and I'll place it here. To configure this, I have to right click on it, and here comes the sweep of the frequency. First, I select the sweep as linear. The type of the sweep will be linear. The number of points will be 1000. I give the starting frequency as 10 Hz and the stop frequency will be 10 kilohertz. So the values I give here are reflected here also. Let me go through again. Here I select the type as linear. I give 1000 as the number of points. We start with frequency 10 Hz and we end the frequency sweep at 10 kilohertz. So here it constructs this particular spice command. I'll click OK to save it. Now I'll quit to screen. I'll save it again. And here you can see the entire circuit is now filled up with all of the necessary things. Now let me go to view spice netlist. So here you can see that we have a JFET. We have resistances here correctly mentioned with their values and suffixes. And we have the capacitors here with their values and suffixes. We have an input voltage with 0 DC and 1 millivolt AC swing. And we have the biasing voltage VDD here. We have the necessary models and we have the dot leaf here. We have the linear sweep here of the AC frequency. And here we end the circuit. By looking at this spice check, we confirm that there is no error in the circuit construction. This check is mandatory for every engineer to check the spice side in case you have done some mistake. There is unconnected point, any point or any component has not received their values, that will be debugged here before we go for the schematic simulation. So I'll close this circuit and I'll click on run simulation. Now here this screen has appeared, the simulation has performed. Let me go and view the log. And at the log, we cannot see any kind of error or warnings. So the simulation has performed successfully. I close it. And now I probe the output. As I probe the output, you can see there are two graphs. One is starting from downside and going up, right? And another one is starting from here and going this up. So these are the voltage values in terms of amplification, that is dB, and the phase angle. And here we can see the sweep of the frequency. And we can see the amplification has properly done. At the lower frequency, we can see the response was first increasing and then it stabilized. Similar for the phase also. So we have successfully constructed the amplifier circuit and we have run a AC sweep of the frequency at the lower frequency side. So today we have constructed a N-JFET amplifier and studied its lower frequency response with the AC sweep and with a small signal AC input voltage. Why? We have biased the circuit with a particular voltage VDD and we have successfully simulated and observing the characteristics at the expected manner. So that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in words in the comment section down below, and bye for today.